The National Student Financial Aid Scheme's leadership are appearing before the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Higher Education. NSFAS is expected to brief MPs on critical issues, including student funding and the NSFAS accommodation pilot project. It comes just days after students at several universities, including Wits, UCT and the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, staged protests over ongoing funding concerns. And Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali joins us now. Veronica, good morning.
Well, good morning, Iman. As you've mentioned, we are expecting the National Student Financial Aid Scheme to be under intense scrutiny this morning as they will face tough questions from MPs. The Committee on Higher Education, of course, is going to be demanding questions from NSFAS regarding the funding challenges that have left many students stranded, some without accommodation, others without allowance, but in some cases, Iman, even both. And in fact, I'm standing with the Portfolio Committee Chairperson of Higher Education. And Dade, thank you so much for your time. This briefing comes at a very crucial time for the higher education sector. We've been seeing a lot of disruptions at certain institutions regarding the issue of funding. What are we expecting to hear from NSFAS today? And what are the tough questions that MPs will be asking?
Thank you very much, Veronica, to yourself, and good morning to the viewers of Newzroom. So today we are having a meeting with NSFAS, the department, the private accommodation providers. We are having a meeting with SACPO, which is an entity or an organization that represents principals of colleges. We are having a meeting with USAF, which is an organization that represents university registrars and vice chancellors. A meeting with the student unions from both the TVET college sector and the university sector and ourselves. So the main purpose of today is to understand why would accommodation providers claim that NSFAS owes them money, and if they don't get that money, students are not going to be given accommodation, or they are going to evict students. And what will be the response of NSFAS as far as that is concerned? We must also get a response from the students because they represent, they are legitimate leaders of students, and we want to hear the voice of those students on the impasse, and what is it that the department would have done to avoid certain instances. I think you mentioned at the beginning that sometimes students have not received their allowances, sometimes they don't have accommodation, and in extreme circumstances, other students suffer both instances. So we want to get those answers. Not only that, there's appeals, students who have appealed, that NSFAS must, explain what is it that they've done to resolve, because what's the use of resolving an appeal in May when a student is already at home? They would have not been allowed to register at institutions. USAF must take us through why are students from University of Fort Hare, University of Witwatersrand and many others refused to register on the basis that they do not have 50% of the debt that they have. What is it that they are doing together with the department to find suitable solutions to allow the students and not exclude them financially? Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And Dade, you can just hear there, Iman, just the range of issues that are facing many of the students in South Africa. We know from the Portfolio Committee that where we are now is just at the TVET College here in Tshwane is just among the several institutions that they have visited. They'll be able just to give an aspect on what is really going on in terms of what's happening on the ground. As you've heard, there will be various unions and bodies that will be represented in the meeting today just to get to the bottom of the crisis that continues years on in the education sector.
It's going to be a really important one to watch, Veronica. And again, another story we'll be monitoring today. So that's Veronica Makhoali in Pretoria.